Hello everyone and welcome back to this video. Today we will be looking at the first type of modules, which are local modules. Local modules are modules that we create and use in our application. At this moment we have index.js with hello from index.js logged to the terminal. In the same file I'm going to add a function to find the sum of two numbers. So return a plus b. This is an arrow function where we specify two parameters a and b and return their sum. In the next line we call the function with 1 and 2, so const sum add 1 and 2. We call the function with 1 and 2 as arguments and assign the return value to the sum constant. Finally, I'm going to log to the sum constant to the console. So console.log and sum. If you now save the file and run node index.js, node index.js, we should see hello from index.js and 3 being logged. Although this works fine, it's always good to split your JavaScript program into separate modules that can be imported when needed. That allows you to easily manage the code as your application grows. So let's now learn how to create a separate module for the add function. In the same folder, I'm going to create a new file called add.js, and this file represents our first module. I'm going to cut the add function code and paste it into add.js file. So I'm going to cut it from here, cut, I'm going to paste it here, including the console.log statement. If you save both files and run node index.js, you will see that we only have hello from index.js logged onto the console. We don't see the log statement from add.js. This is the first point to keep in mind about modules. In Node.js, each file is a module but is isolated by default. So the question is, how do we ask Node to execute not just index.js but also add.js? Well, this is where the CommonJS module format comes into the picture. CommonJS is a standard that states how a module should be structured and shared. Node.js adopted CommonJS when it started out and is what you will see in the most code bases. Let's understand how it works. To include the add module into index.js, we need to use a function that is always available in Node, and that is the require function. Let's call it at the top. Let's see. So add.js, it's require. We call this function at the top and we pass the part to the module as a string. So code single or double based on your preference, and the path is ./add.js. Here ./ refers to the same folder as index.js and add.js is the file name of our first module. If we now save the file, come on, save, and run node index.js, we can see 3 followed by hello from index.js. What is happening here is the required function loads the add module into index.js. The code in add.js gets executed by the V8 engine and the output is logged into the terminal as 3. Once add.js module code has been executed, the remaining code in index.js is executed, which logs hello from index to the terminal. We can verify this by running in debug mode. On the first line here, place a breakpoint by clicking on the line number. You should see a red dot. Now instead of running node in the terminal, we click on the debug and run icon. Click here. Here click on the run and debug button and now select Node.js. This starts the program in debug mode. Now click on step into. So as you can see here, the required function takes us to the add.js file and execute this file, and inside this file we have add function, and once the console.log is executed, it takes us back to the main file, that is index.js. In the last point I would like to highlight in this video is that you don't have to specify .js as the file extension that we have specified here. If you choose to leave out the extension, Node will automatically append .js and try load the module. So if we were to return node index, like if you can remove .js extension from here, save this file, run node index.js, hit enter, you can see the same results logged onto the console. So to summarize, in Node.js, each file is a module that is isolated by default. To load a module into another file, we use the require function. When index.js is executed, the code in the module is also executed. If the file we are requiring is a JavaScript file, we can skip specifying the extension and Node.js will infer it on our behalf. Now, although we are able to load and execute a module, what would be better is if we could expose certain functionality from the module while keeping the rest private. That would allow us to share only the necessary code between modules. Let's see how to do it in our next video. Thank you very much.